How's it going, everybody? Friday Bible study. Oh, man. On a weird sleep cycle. Got up early, went back to bed after doing caffeine, and did get some sleep. I just had a meeting that I had to do for the books, the website. It's just determined that I got to get the books loaded. Got to get the books loaded, and more than likely, everything's going to be done through Amazon. It's really the only way to do it. And I hate that because I wanted to do it locally, but it's going to be too confusing through websites and stuff. Anyway, but it shall not be among you, but whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister. And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. This is, I think, going back to whoever's first is last and last is first, which again is very confusing to me as we've been going over. Um, I think it just has a lot to do with the previous parable, which was doesn't matter how long you've been a sheep, you're just still a sheep. And I just think this all goes back to it doesn't matter who you are. God looks at all of his sheep the same because he's ordained all their roles anyway. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many. And of course, we know what that's talking about. And so, whosoever be chief among you, let him be your servant. Uh, that he should be willing to die for the cause as an example to all of you, as Jesus was the example to die for his word. And as he departed to Jericho, a great multitude followed him, and behold, two blind men. And again, these are parallels to these type of miracles are parallels to what he does for his sheep. He raises them from being dead in their sins, like when he raises people from the dead, when he gives us eyes to see, ears to hear, a mouth to speak. It's to speak the truth, hear the truth, see the truth. And behold, two blind men sitting by the wayside, and they heard that Jesus passed by, cried out, saying, Have mercy on us, O Lord, thou son of David. How did they know who he was? They're blind. They didn't say they've been following Jesus around. Blind people pretty much stayed in one place. It's a calling. This tells you there's no free will. This is just more of the same of the parable that, of course, there's no free will. Of course, there's no free will. They just simply, it was put in their hearts to know who he was, and they cried out. It was a spiritual quickening, a spiritual awakening. And Jesus stood still and called them and said, What will ye have that I shall do unto you? They said unto him, That our eyes be made opened. And sheep are yearning to have their eyes open to see the truth, right? So Jesus had compassion on them and touched their eyes, and immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. And when they drew nigh unto Jerusalem, and were come to Bethpage unto the Mount of Olives, then sent Jesus two disciples, comma, end of verse. So we'll continue with that tomorrow. Let's continue on with my favorite chapter in all the Word of God. Probably. Maybe. Yeah, as far as an overall chapter, I would have to say so. Revelation 6 is big. Revelation 20 is big. Big teachable chapters. But this is more just, it's my favorite because it's more pleasant. It's just more great storytelling. And does lead into, when we get to it, verses 41 through 43 that speak to the mark of the beast being total human body possession. So therefore Daniel went into Arioch, whom the king had ordained to destroy the wise men of Babylon. He went and said thus unto him, Destroy not the wise men of Babylon. Bring me before the king, and I will show the king the interpretation. And Arioch brought Daniel before the king in haste, and said thus unto him, I have found a man of the captives of Judah that will make known unto the king the interpretation. The king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, in their language, Are you able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen, and the interpretation thereof? Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, The secret which the king hath demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, nor the magicians, nor the soothsayers show it to you, O king. But there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and thy visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. Semicolon. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, what should come to pass hereafter? And he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. We will get to the rest of that tomorrow. I'm glad y'all are here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for. Vanessa, I hope you're doing well.